Welcome to another video, guys. So we are on our Shadow Cloud PC boost package with our Intel Xeon E5-2678 4-core CPU, the Quadro P5000 GPU, similar to a 1080 if you don't already know, 12 gigs of RAM running at 2400 megahertz. I've got two 256 gigabyte SSDs with this, and we're going to be at 1440p resolution, pretty much maxed out on all the settings here. Of course, you can run at 1080p and definitely can crank those settings down if you want to get well above 60 FPS here, no problem. But for the purposes of this test, this is what we're going to do. So full screen, 144 hertz. We are 100% display, or our render resolution rather, and like I said, pretty much all maxed out on the settings except for screen space reflections, which gets stuck on low. It's got to be something with the beta, but on some of my PCs, no matter what I do, it just won't change, it won't apply, and it stays there. But other than that, I've got everything set maxed out, motion blur off, and screen space reflections is just being a little bit buggy. So here we are on our Shadow streaming software. Frame rate's going to match whatever the game happens to run at, which is really nice that they have. We've got our latency and our packet loss. As I said, the display 144 hertz, 1440p here. And we're using the Xbox One controller and mouse and keyboard. I have those both options here. Shadow port forwards those very easily through their native app. So here we are. We're going to jump into some Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War beta. And the game ran really well on Shadow. Latency, as always, for me, super good. Shadow has been feeling really nice. And even though we give it a lot of trouble for the lack of storage, and they do need to get up to date with that, and the CPU is definitely starting to show its age. I was surprised with this, even being beta and not being optimized very well. Running the settings we still would hit 99% GPU usage sometimes, and the CPU was actually doing a decent job. At least trying to hold its own anyway. So the gameplay was very smooth, latency was very smooth. I didn't experience any issues whatsoever, and I was surprised that the CPU was able to keep up as well as it was. Now, 1440p or 4K, you're really hitting the GPU harder, which is giving the CPU more time to do what it needs to do. If I were to run this at 1080p, there is a chance that I'm going to up that CPU usage to more like 90 and 100%, and could cause some issues because you're taking some work off of the GPU, and the CPU can then it's being asked to give it that information faster, if that makes sense for you. But anyways, running at 1440p, everything for the most part did fantastic. So go ahead and watch the rest of the gameplay here, guys, and then I'll hop back in with you when we get to the end of the video.
Enemy has B. Taking A. Hostile spy plane established overhead. Alpha secure. Losing Echo. Net call. Incoming artillery. F locked down. Securing Delta. Enemy has Bravo. D secure. Losing F. Losing D. We lost F. Enemy took Delta. Enemy spy plane inbound. Securing B.
Capturing B.
Taking Delta. B secure. Delta secure. Taking C. Losing A. Enemy took A. Charlie locked down. Молодцы, разведчики. ГРУ, return to base.
Alright, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Beta running really good on Shadow PC. As I said earlier, really surprised at how well this aged CPU did with everything here, and I'll be checking this out when the full release comes to see if there's any differences in performance, and if there is, I'll make another video and we'll check that out. So thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up. Ring that notification bell. Leave me your comments down below. Thanks again for coming to check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.